You can kind of listen to your back catalog and be like, oh, I did not love episode number 3. Guess what? You can cut it differently and kind of see what you like, what you don't like, and make it new, but not remake the wheel or rebuild the wheel. I don't know.
Respin the wheel? I don't know. Yeah, it's one of them.
I'm tired. Reinvent. It's
yes.
reinvent.
Okay. See, this is the opportunity for me to say, do you want to do a clean read of that so that in a year or two, when we rerun this episode, I can make that edit? No? Okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
That's cool. That's on you. But no, you're very much right. Like, if you do want to do that, if you want to get your reps in and continue to edit something during your hiatus, you can go back and do like little tune-ups on episodes. I actually did this in the past. I had a podcast episode that was like way too long for its own good. It was maybe like 2 hours long. And I came back to it like 5 years later, just curiosity's sake. I cut it down to 1 hour, and it's like one of my favorite edits I've ever done now, because how do you go from 2 hours to 1 hour and still make it feel lucid? Especially when it's me. I barely sound lucid on a daily basis.
I was going to say, we struggle with basic slogans here. We need an obvious break, but that's okay. We're trying.
Yeah. But no, I mean, very much so. You can do that. And I think it is, if you plan to come back anyway, I know, you take the break because you want to like be away from podcasting. I think keeping your foot in the door by recutting at least 1 or 2 episodes is great. It shows you're still invested in the programming, and it gives people the opportunity to familiarize themselves with your old stuff without necessarily having to deal with the growing pains or skip out on like the things you've already improved at.
And like you said, discovery happens at any point for podcasters, especially if you are doing something kind of outside of your RSS feed to promote and grow your show. So people are going to come in at all sorts of points in your podcasting journey. So something old isn't necessarily old to them. It could be new. So it never hurts. You can always, kind of rebatch, repurpose. It's, something we love to do and something we're always singing the praises of here at Headliner.
Right. That's our whole thing.
Food for thought. Exactly.
Yeah. And to build off of that, the host of the What the Hell pod had mentioned that he cuts quick intros saying, hey, it's a rerun and all that stuff. Something else you can do if you're doing that is you can actually tell people, I'm going to be back on this day with a new season about X. And you can start a little vague if you don't know what that stuff is when you start doing the reruns or the re-edits. But as your show starts to come back and you start to ramp stuff up, you can actually communicate that with people and tell them, this is what you're going to get on this day. It's that old TV model of like the season premiere of this show on this date. And you're going to get excited for it.